What's up, guys? Welcome back to Math with McKay. We're continuing on with fractions. So this time we're taking fractions and we're dividing them by fractions. So you want to remember to keep the keep, change, flip rule, okay? So you keep the first fraction, change division to multiplication, and then flip the second one, which means just take its reciprocal. So how this works, so we'll show it using it, doing it out manually, and then we'll also show it using the number line and the tape diagram, all right? So here's our first question. It says 8/9 divided by 2/9. So the question you want to ask yourself is, how many 2/9 are in 8/9? So what we'll do here is we'll take one tape diagram, one long rectangle, and we're going to take that rectangle and we're going to break it up into 9 sections, okay? Will give us a total of 9 sections. All right, so then after we do that, okay, we shade in according to the first fraction. So the first fraction tells us that we need to shade in 8 out of the 9. So I would go ahead and I would shade in 8 individual boxes. So this from here to here represents what we're focused on. So that represents our 8/9. So let me go ahead and get rid of the question for us for a second, right? So the top half here represents 8/9. So then what we would need to do is go in after that and see how many times can we get groups of 2, okay? How many times can we get 2 out of 9? So this is 2 out of 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Based off of what was shaded in, how many times can we get 2 groups out of the 9? So here it would equal out to be a total of 4. So now let's go ahead and actually work that out using the manual keep, change, flip, right? So we keep the first fraction. Change division to multiplication, and then we flip the second fraction. So instead of it being 2/9, it'll be 9/2, right? So then we multiply numerator by numerator. 8 times 9 gives us 72. Then we multiply denominator by denominator. 9 times 2 gives us 18. So then you want to ask yourself, well, how many times is 18 going to go into 72? All right, so we can do this. I can say 18 plus 18 plus 18 in order to keep going and checking. So 18 plus 18 gives us 36. Plus another 18, that gives us 54. And then 54 plus 18 gives us 72. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 18 times 4 gives us 72. So then our answer is 4. All right? So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to look at another example. Here's our second example. All right? So notice I'm using one long rectangle and I'm breaking that rectangle up according to the denominators. If we pay attention, these two denominators are the exact same. So I took this one long rectangle and I broke it up into 12 individual pieces, okay? So now the first fraction tells us how many of the 12 we need to shade in. So I need to go ahead and shade in 9 out of the 12, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use a different color so that we can go ahead and see the breakdown. So I'm going to shade in 9 of these. Okay, so then the second one says, of the 9 that is already shaded, how many times can I get 3 out of 12? So this entire thing from what's shaded represents 9/12. And then I need to go through and break it up into groups of 3. So this is 3 out of 12. 3 out of 12. 3 out of 12. How many times times did we get 3 out of 12? We got 3 groups out of that. So then our answer should be 3. So then we'll go ahead and we'll work this out manually doing the keep, change, flip. Right? So remember, we keep the first fraction, so 9/12 times 12/3. We flip the second one, okay? That's a little hard to see, so I'm gonna go ahead and just come over it with a different color. 9/12 times 12/3. Okay? Numerator times numerator. So 9 times 12 is 108. Denominator times denominator. 12 times 3 is 36. Then, if we go ahead and we add 36 up, because we're trying to figure out how many times will 36 go into 108. 36 plus 36 is 72 plus 36. So this is equivalent to 3. 108 divided by 36 is 3. All right. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do this using the number line. All right, here we have this question with the number line. So now notice this one, they don't actually just give you the numbers, they give it to you in word form. So it says, how many fourths are in 3/4? Now, if it just gives you the denominator, that's just saying how many 1/4 is in 3/4. So we would take this number line and of course break it up into fourths. So I need 3 lines to give us a total of 4 spaces. So this is 1/4, 2/4, and then this is 3/4. Now with the number line, of course we took this and we broke this up according to what they gave us. The denominator was fourths, so I went ahead and broke the number line up according to fourths. So it says how many 1/4 are in 3/4? So the numerator for this one is saying how many times or how many one jump. So how many one, so the numerator for this one tells you how many jumps you can take. So that's 1 jump, that's 1/4. That's 2 jumps, that's another 1/4. Until we get to 3/4. How many times did we jump to get to 3/4? There's a total of 3. So what they are saying is that 3/4 divided by 1/4 is equal to 3. Now let's go ahead and carry that out manually. Remember, do the keep, the change, and the flip. Keep the 3/4, change division to multiplication, then flip the second fraction. So then we do 3 times 4, which is 12. Then we do 4 times 1, which is 4. Then you say, well, what is 12 divided by 4? 12 divided by 4 is 3. There were a total of 3 jumps. All right, so now you guys are going to have an opportunity to work on some problems on your own. Please make sure that you were paying attention and you were answering the questions.